Hey guys, Charlie here. Welcome back to Prison Architect. So, I want to make sure that my guards are safe, obviously. We've got 8 people who have died. We got 30 people with serious complaints, and I am not sure exactly what the staff needs is like on those complaints, but I'm kind of thinking it's probably like the dogs. Kinda. I'm willing to bet the snipers have a huge warmth need. That's always going to be a concern. Gardeners, same thing. They're spending all their time outside, and it's negative 4 degrees Celsius in the autumn. Yeah, always cold. So, I want to change this up a bit. I don't like free fire. I don't like armed guards. I don't like all that stuff. Because the thing is, armed guards make the prison less safe, right? Now, it raises the danger a little bit. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it does raise the danger. You can see 11 armed guards are in service. That's something, that's a thing, right? If these guys feel less safe, what the prisoners are going to do is they're going to find excuses to arm themselves. And I think this is the one that has 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. There. Sorry, I missed that one. So I don't want that. I don't want to give them excuses to arm themselves, right? That's the one thing I don't want to have happen. Also, I want to make sure. Hang on. Yeah, this is marked now. This has always been blocked. And I don't know why, because they're perfectly able to get into this side. So I'm going to put another door on this side, I think. Right here. I think that needs to happen. Because, like, this isn't blocked, but, like, they just keep saying there's no route. 824 times now they've said there's no route there. So put another door there and see what happens. Anyway. So what I want to do, this is not how I wanted my supermax. When I first started this prison, I did not want supermax like this. And I don't think this is a good way to have it, especially with all these armed guards patrolling right outside the door. Like, as soon as these guys act up, they're going to get shot, especially with free fire on. They're probably just going to die. So what I want is a system where I can keep the prison safe with supermax prisoners, but not have to worry about having armed guards. I don't want them. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have to do a whole lot of restructuring and a whole lot of rebuilding in this area, but I think it'll be worth it. You see how these snipers have a fence between them and this area, and then there's the yard here, and they can clearly see the yard. This is a great suppression tool. This is great for numerous reasons. One, if they act up in the yard, then the snipers have a good shot at them, right? It also means that there's a fence between them, so the prisoners can't harm anyone that's on this side of the fence. And I wanted to exercise that technique to keep my guards safe while still implementing suppression and still implementing like a lot of security on the area. So what I want to do is I'm going to take and turn a lot of this area into outdoor area. Then they're going to be walking outdoors from their cells. So this is going to get demolished. It's going to become outdoors. And actually, it's not really where I want it anyway. To be completely honest, this is not the placement that I want either. I wanted Supermax to be here, but I didn't want it to be like this. So I'm going to try and take away, I think, these cells. I think these cells can go away. And I'm going to do it with the demolish, I think. I think I'm going to bulldoze this whole area here. I want to keep the doors. Let's, hold on. No, let's undo that. Do not bulldoze, please. I just have to think of like how I want to pull this off. Essentially, what I'm looking for is for these cells to be like facing outdoors, similar to the way, well, exactly like the way Prison Town was. Then I'm going to have a one wide area. And there's going to be no door here. We're going to remove this door. So this door is going to get dismantled along with the servo for it and the pressure pad. This stuff gets demolished. What I want is a narrow outdoor path or a narrow outdoor place, then a fence, and then I want all these guys to be patrolling behind that fence. Then the fence is going to have this like kind of path almost that kind of suggests that the prisoners should move in a certain direction if they want to try and escape. And they're basically going to be walking along this narrow path. If they're running, fine. They're going to be running along this narrow path that effectively makes them have to walk past all of the guards with the snipers, with the stun guns, right? They're going to try to break down doors. That's fine. They'll try to get through here. That's fine. And once they're out this way, they can't really go anywhere. There's no place to go except here, which is fine. There's remote doors and all that stuff through here. But this is where the snipers can see them. Now, the one big concern I have, though, is that snipers need to go on break. And when they do, they leave their post. And they almost always leave at the same exact time. It's just the way it's going to be, because the snipers that are hanging out down here in the staff room are going to be like, okay, it's time for me to get off break now because there's a tower available. I have to go to that tower now. And it's all going to happen at the same time, right? They're all going to have to go like up at the same time. So it's something I'm working on, right? It's something that I'm trying to work on. Okay. Now, here's another thing I've been working on, and that's the regime. I still have normal security prisoners, but I no longer have minimums, okay? I took the one last remaining minimum security prisoner, and I turned him into a normal so I don't have to deal with it anymore, okay? I've messed with the deployment schedule to make it a little bit more clean, but I've also messed with the regime of supermax as well. They basically have 3 eat periods, a 2-hour yard period, and the rest of the time it's sleep and lockup. So far, that's working out okay, but it's only been a couple of days, so I don't exactly know. I've been having to look like all around the prison to test different things and like my security levels and stuff, and I'm noticing a couple of things. One is that during free time for the prisoners, which is kind of in this regime here, this period, this green area, right now it's a work free time slot, but it's about to go free time completely. And when that happens, this is when gangs like to do their business. So during this green period, that's when my guards are going to be on the case. And how we're going to prevent prisoners from taking over certain areas. The common rooms are the biggest areas they want to take over. But how we're going to prevent them from doing that is just by overstaffing these rooms. So this has a lot of staff in it. This one here has a lot of staff in it. Probably too many. I can probably get rid of one. This one here has a lot of staff in it. I think I'm going to leave that alone. And we can tell that these areas are safe by going to the gang screen, and you can see that there's a guard icon. This means the guards own this area, right? Come over here. Okay, there's no guard icon here. But this line is where the prisoners need to be, where the influence of these different factions, right? There's 4 factions. There's guards, and then there's red, green, and blue gang. They need to have their influence be above this line before they can start taking over this area. And this line's position, and ultimately the number of people that have to be in there, are determined by the size of the room. So this is a fairly small room. There only needs to be about 5 in here to take it over. Blue has 16 max because there are 16 gang members, I guess, that can get in there. It says there's 17 gang members, but I think that means there's there's 1 in protective custody. That's why. So, but 14 max for green and 13 max for red. So that's the maximum they can have. If I come over here, the line is a little bit further out, but not that big. There's 7 guards in here, so we're covering this influence pretty well. Come in here. This is what green is trying to do right now. Green is trying to take over this common room here, but they can't do it because my guards, there's 5 of them in the room, and that's just enough to contest influence. So as long as there's enough guards in this room, during their free time, they'll have this area contested. So even though there's like 8 of them in here, they're not going to be able to do it, right? That's how that works. And try to ignore the shirtlessness, I guess, if you're not into that kind of thing. It's just like the men. When prisoners go to do gang duty, they take their shirts off. It's just like the men. It's kind of weird, but whatever. So anytime you see prisoners walk around with their shirt on in groups, that means they're doing gang business. But here's the cool thing. This is the big yard, right? And the regime is about to hit yard, which means there will be a whole bunch of people in this yard at one time. Currently, I've only got 8 guards in the yard, right? But during the yard time, I'm going to have a whole bunch of them, right? Guards are getting pulled in from all over the place to come into this yard to help protect it. I don't really need to protect it much, though, because if I go to the gang screen, you see the influence line. The influence line is way over here. Now, that doesn't seem like a big difference, but look at this. There's already 16 guards in here, and the guard influence line is only here. It would take like 40 people to get to this point, right? It is not possible for any gang to take over this yard. I've intentionally made the yard super huge in the center of the prison to make it very hard, if not impossible, for a guard to take it over. So we have contested ownership of this this common room. They're going to stay in here and try to influence it, but my guys are going to stay in here until this period of time is over with, until it goes to yard time. Then these guards are going to pull out, right? We already have full control of this. That's not a big deal. And we have full control of this one at 5, right? So we'll always have enough. And you can see that this little bar here, this is mostly an introduction for anyone who didn't see the Prison Town series. You see this little half circle thing, how it's kind of wrapping itself around? This is black now because this is my guards. It would be blue if it was blue gang, green if it was green gang, red if it was red gang, etc. But it's black now because that's my guards. If this makes it all the way around, then it becomes ownership of that faction, and in this case, my guards. So you can see that this one is not guard owned anymore because the guards are out of the room. As soon as the guards leave the room, they stop being owners of it, right? So as these people leave, you can see there's no more guards, no more influence. It's not being contested anymore. But now we have the yard. So we have 9 green in the yard, and it's all the way down here. Their maximum is here, but they need to get to here if they want to take over the yard. There's 28 guards in the yard right now. It's not even, like, it's like halfway. It's a little more than halfway to get to this line. So the yard is huge, and it's going to be very difficult for them to take it over. This is a potential problem. This is a big, actually, problem because a lot of them are coming from the canteen. They're all coming through this narrow pass here. Ooh, I don't like that. It looks like they like benches. We should give them more benches. I'm going to give them a few more benches just so they don't, like, go crazy. I don't want them going crazy. Like that, and then, like, that. We'll give them an extra bench here, an extra bench here, maybe an extra bench, like, along the road here, along this side, like that. Maybe we'll give them a couple of benches along this road here. It's fine. Maybe a couple here, like a place to rest while you're working out kind of thing. I don't know. It's not equal. It's going to bug me. I'm going to have to do this. All right, so this should help, right? But you'll notice we still got tasers going off. Oh, it's up here. Damn it. Annabelle. So Annabelle's acting out, and she's the gang leader, which means I'm going to have to forgive this punishment. Just like Scott Gordon, just like the last series, the gang leader needs to be forgiven because as soon as the gang leader gets punished, watch the danger. It's going to start rising. It's because 17 gang members are furious that their leader is being punished. That's going to cause a lot of problems. So we're going to want to forgive her. Permanent lockdown, end the punishment. Permanent solitary, and end the punishment. Now the danger will drop back down, and they won't be furious anymore. That's basically what you have to do. You have to forgive the gang leader. She's very close to being eligible for parole, although there's no way she's going to make it, so that sucks. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so they're starting to use the yard. This is actually looking like a pretty legit yard. Outdoor area sort of thing. There's nobody working in the shops, though, because this is a dedicated yard time. It's not until they get to this work free time area where people start actually working in the shops. It would make a lot more sense. It would be so good, actually, if I could have like a dedicated yard time, but then have some of them dedicated to work. So I could have like one person man the shop during the yard time, but I can't do that. That's not how the game works. So anyway, so what I want to do up here is a pretty lengthy project, but I think it's worth it. So let's take bulldoze. I'm not even entirely sure how I want to fully pull this off, but I'm going to bulldoze this. This right here, yeah. And this right here is going to get bulldozed as well. The camera's going to need to be removed because I want to save that camera. I also want to save all these doors. So let's get the dismantler. Dismantle object. Let's dismantle these. I kind of want to keep this door, actually. Let's not dismantle that, but like everything else needs to be dismantled. We'll speed up time. We'll let them get on that. Prisoners are going back to their cells, hopefully, because there's a lockup period after yard. So everyone goes in the yard, then you have an hour of lockup. kind of allows us to recuperate and get our guards in the right positions and situate ourselves for the next eat period, which is coming up in about an hour. The guards will get in here, and we'll hopefully have a good enough influence in that. But, okay, so this is demolished now. That's good. I want to dismantle this. Yes. I kind of said I didn't want to, but now I want to because I want to change how it is. I want to change this stuff around. So now I'm going to take the bulldozer, and we're going to bulldoze this area right here. I want this to be outdoors. Right here and out here like this. I want all of this outdoors. Same thing with this. I want to make sure that this is outdoors as well. This whole area needs to be outdoors. Actually, let's cancel the command on that. Let's leave this wall in place because that prevents them from going into the kitchen, right? Alright, so lots of construction being done here. Now, I could have them wrap around like this to get to the canteen, and I think I do like that idea. So I don't want them to like wrap this way though. I think what I'd rather have them do. Let me think about this for a second. Demolish all of this. Demolish this. Leave this wall in place. All of this is getting demolished too. I want this wall to be taken out completely. I'm thinking actually, yeah, this wall can go too. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the fence, not the jail wall, the fence. It's going to be a fence that runs along this edge. And it's going to run about like this, all the way down here like this. Then the fence will go this way to here. Then over to like this. And then up like that. The prisoners will come this way through this narrow gap to get to where they want to go this direction. So the guards will be situated basically all along this area here. So we'll just go ahead and kind of do, I think, this. Yeah, this is how I want it. You might be wondering, what the hell are you doing, Charlie? Just give me a second. You'll see what I'm talking about here. So we've got this. Now I want to reposition that remote door here. I also want another one here and another one here. And let's do another one here, actually, too. Although, that actually... No, I don't want that. I want them to not have the ability... Let's have a remote door there. Okay. Now, let's lock this open for a second so they can get through. Let's lock this one open, and we'll lock this one open. So currently, like, the whole process of having guards and... Like this whole area here is kind of screwed in terms of like my patrol, but don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Okay, now these cells are starting to get assigned to the wrong inmates, and this person here is way out of here. So I need to get her back inside. I cut the power? Really? Okay, lock this open for a second. I didn't think I cut the power, but I totally did. Let's lock these doors open. And lock this one open. All the doors need to be locked open temporarily so that these guys can walk back and get where they need to go. Because this is about to get dangerous if they don't get their needs met. Annabelle, is like got tons of needs right now. She's not looking good. Same thing with her. Not looking good here. It's okay. We'll hook the power back up because that's like priority number 1 right now, I think. Hooking this power all back up. Getting all this back up and running. So, how this is going to work... Let me get another fence put in right here. How this is going to work. Actually, you know what? This doesn't need to be a fence. This should be a building, right? This should be indoors right here, right? It's not indoors? Doesn't appear to be indoors. Let's make this indoor then. Doesn't appear like this is actually indoor. We'll do that then. Kind of weird, but all right, we'll see what that does. These cells need to be reassigned to being supermax only. And then this is going to be staff only. And no, this is prisoners only. This is prisoners. This is prisoners. This is staff. Yeah, okay. So how this is going to work is that the... hang on. Now, am I doing this right? I gotta think about this for a second. Guards... I don't think they can shoot through 2. I think actually I'm not doing this right. No, I need to dismantle this door. This door is supposed to be here, I think. Yes, I think so. Because I want them to move through... hang on, I got to think about how I want this. Let me go to the planning tool really quick here. The wall is like this. They come through here, then they have to come this way. So this will be another wall here. Then they come around this way and through this way. So this will be, the wall will be here. But we're going to have a guard presence in this too. The thing I'm wondering about is, like, when I originally planned this out, I had more room. And so now I'm trying to make this work in the room that I have. But the idea is these guys are going to have sort of a dedicated path where they have to walk through. Oh, here we go. Really? Spoiling. Are you coming after her or what? Look, what is this? Hold on. I'm hearing a whole bunch of tasers. Oh shit. Free fire's on. I mean, free fire is on. That is a thing. All right. I need to think about this for a second, guys. I will return when I've figured it out, because I don't want to keep you guys in, like, loop here while I figure this out. Yeah, so how this is working, prisoners will come out of these doors. They'll have to walk this way, around here, over here, then up through this remote door. There's also a remote door here, so they need permission to get through here, then around here, then through this door. Then they're going to be in this little kind of more open area. They're going to have to come up here into the canteen. While they're doing that, my guards are stationed in this gap here. And they all have tasers and shotguns, right? But the prisoners can't reach them because they're through the fence, right? That's the idea anyway. So take this fence and put it there. So the guards are stationed in this area and along here as well. But they're also stationed over here and over here. And so at any point in time, guards can also go into the prisoner area as well. Now, prisoners can try to get out through this metal detector if they want to, but there's nowhere to go. Like, actually, this guy's going to be trapped. It's like, there's no reason for them to go this direction because there's nowhere to go this way. So I'm actually not sure why I even need this, but actually, I kind of don't. Now that I'm looking at it, I kind of don't. Let's dismantle this, and we'll bulldoze this out, and I think we'll just bulldoze this. Yeah, but we'll, instead of dumping this, I want to dismantle it instead. Yeah. Then we'll put a fence here. But there's a door here. There's a remote door here, which will allow these guys to get in and out of this area. So that's fine. But essentially, what I'm looking to do here is to have these guys be... Oh, here we go. Yeah, these are still... Why aren't you getting out of your cell? Like, why aren't you being brought... I don't understand this. Like, why aren't you getting... Like, what? You're just kind of trapped in here. Like, you, go in here. Or somebody who's not on break. Can I have somebody who's not on break go in there, please? You, get in there. Or you can't because there's no way out. Hold on. Open this door. Now there's a way out. Come on. Go in here. Or don't. What is going on here? Lock this open. Can I get this prisoner out of here, please? There is a way into this area, right? You go through here. Come on, go in here. Station, go in here. Go get this prisoner. I need her brought back to her cell. She's trying to operate this shop front. That's not going to happen. Like, operate what shop front? No, go solitary 6 hours, please. Somebody get her and bring her to solitary. She's all bugged out. I don't like that. Okay, guys, so this prisoner is still bugged. Can't figure out like why and how to get rid of her. So I'm going to just click on her and say go here. See if that works. Should put a command in that says escort prisoner to holding cell. Hopefully somebody gets on this. Maybe. Hopefully. Maybe. Anybody? It's got to be you, right? Come on. Oh. What did you do? You brought something in. There you go. Take her away. Okay, cool. Now, deployment. Let me make sure this is supermax only. It is. Okay, this is supermax only, and this is supermax only. But this is supermax only. Staff only, staff only, staff only, staff only, staff only. Okay. Let me walk you through what I've done here. So, that prisoner is no longer bugged, thankfully. Now, a couple of things. This is now, like, going to be a major area, right, where these guys are going to come in. They're going to come in the infirmary. That's kind of a problem. So I'm putting in these 2 fences, and then we're going to put in a couple of remote doors here. And the hope is that these remote doors will keep this area secure. So if they're in the infirmary and they're like, hey, I can escape through here now, it's easier. Maybe. But you have to get through 2 remote doors, and you have to do it outdoors with this sniper in view of you. So good luck with that. That's the idea. Now, for armed patrols, we want this to not be a thing. Instead, we want the armed patrols to be here. Wait, nope, that's incorrect. I had it right the first time, sorry. This is where we want the armed patrols to be. 1, 2, no, I want it on all schedules, please. Around the clock for level there. Then guards, same thing. I want some guards in here too. So if we get some guards in there, that'd be great. And we'll throw like a few guards into, let's say, this area. And we'll throw like a couple, probably just a couple in this area, I guess. So this is going to be really, really well protected. There we go. This is a cell. Let's make sure food logistics is still serving the right places. It is. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, also, we had a dog that picked up. I have a new dog patrol route I didn't have before. They're not there right now because a lot of the dogs are resting, but this new dog patrol route picked up a scent, and they had a tunnel all the way out here. These guys did like 5 different cells working together, so that's a thing. We got that cleaned up. All right, so this thing needs electricity. Let's get some power cables running like that. Yes, that's a thing we have to do, and then we're also going to want to get this hooked up with door controllers. Here we are. Connect. All right, so it's been a lot. Like, I don't know how I'm going to cut this together. I feel like I've started recording and then stopped like so many times right now just because I've been fairly unorganized in my thoughts on how this is going to work. But hopefully this is edited together somewhat in a way that you guys can follow. But let me just give you a recap in case it's not. The entire design, the entire idea behind this design is to force prisoners to have to walk around this group of guards, which all have tasers and shotguns. And so, like, if they want to get out to escape, they're going to have to go all the way around these guys, right? Deployment-wise, this is max, this is supermax, this is supermax, and this is supermax. But this is guards only, and there's also 2 sniper towers, right? And then we've got a whole bunch of guards through here, which can all shoot through the fence, so that's fine. Let's get this to not be remote locked open anymore. We don't need that to be open. And then hopefully this doesn't need to be open anymore. Nope. And this one doesn't need to be open anymore. All right, cool. Then, if they're in the infirmary, right, if they try to get out through the infirmary to try to escape, they'll have to go through these double doors, these double remote doors, which has a sniper tower on lookout. Now, there's not a whole lot of snipers here. We've added a few sniper towers, so I'm going to add a few snipers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lots and lots of snipers are on the premises now, and they have no complaints, hopefully. I just hired them. This one has a rest need, because the walk from here to here is very stressful. I think they actually need to go into armory to get their guns. So that's where they're off to first, to go get their guns. And now they have their guns, they can go out to the towers where they're supposed to go. I think probably I want to have at least one of these have a pressure pad so we don't have to do it. Like, we don't have to open it for them all the time. So if they come in from this side, if they come in from this way, that means they're coming in from the general pop, and I want them to at least go through one pressure pad there, I think. Should probably do a shakedown. It's getting time to sleep. So anyway, yeah. Hopefully this works out. This is more what I imagined. It's not quite the same, but it's more of what I was thinking of before. And I kind of got this inspiration from the days with Scott Gordon was acting up all the time, and it was like we could just shoot him through the fence, you know? We don't have to worry about our guards getting hit and killed, you know, shotguns ending up in other people's hands, because the shotguns will just be fired through the fence. So I think that's everything I wanted to cover for this episode, actually. There's been so much. I don't know. I've been sitting here for an hour and a half, and it's like, I don't know how I'm going to edit this together, but hopefully you guys got the picture of what I was going for here. It's kind of unorganized. I'm sorry. Yeah, we covered gangs. We covered the gang coverage and how that works. And yeah, $44,450 is our cash flow. We own 100% of our prison, and we have lots and lots of exports going out. Really, really cool. Still need general education. Still need general education to be a thing. And like, we don't have anyone passing it yet. We still have one person that has to pass this, which is going to become increasingly difficult the more armed guards we get on the campus. But there's not a whole lot I can do about it, you know. Somebody's going to pass it eventually. And when it happens, it'll happen. So I kind of want to see this work. Like, I want to see this in action. I want to like time, you know, speed it up with time-wise and see if it can get it to work, you know. Yeah. All the cell phones we're finding. Keep them coming. Oh, yeah. Lots of stuff. Make sure you search these toilets, too. That guy had a tool in his cell. Make sure we search the toilets as well. I can't see inside these cells anymore, though. That's a problem. I don't have good coverage with these cameras. Like, I guess I can kind of see, but I think this camera needs to be repositioned. It's kind of doing nothing right now. If I get it positioned here, then I'll be able to see in here, which is obviously much, much better. Or I could probably place it right here, and then it would shine back and forth between these cells like that. That might be kind of interesting. As long as there's at least one sniper in these towers at all times, I'm happy, you know? If one guy comes through here, instantly pissed off, for, I would think, no reason at all. But yeah, instantly pissed off. They could just walk through the fence lines. They don't even care. Hopefully that doesn't mean the prisoners can do the same. I really hope that doesn't mean that. Maybe I could move this down one. I don't know. She's getting food need. Yeah, maybe I need another maybe I need another staff room. This is a staff room here. And there's plenty of food, right? Plenty of food on the serving tables. We're totally buying food. I don't know. I was going to end this episode too, wasn't I? I'm doing the same thing I always do. It's like I want to end it, but then I want to keep going at the same time. Oh, shit. This is the reason why we keep going. I have so many guards in here. Come on. Do I need more? Maybe I need more. Let's have more on staff in here when we have meal times. I really want no accidents. I want everyone to be completely suppressed when they're in here. It looks like we got that situation taken care of. So let's bring in one more intake. We'll bring in 10, and then we'll end the episode there. Because right now we have 206. We have capacity for 229. So we'll bring in 10 more, and then we'll call it a day. Hopefully there's no more legendaries. But I think we have a better system of dealing with legendaries. Or gang business. Yeah, fighting. Like this one right here. She's still fighting. Oh! You got wrecked. Yeah, because Free Fire's still on. Like, I don't want Free Fire on. But I feel like I need Free Fire for this stuff up here. You know? But I don't want armed patrols in this area. This area can go. We don't need armed patrols in here. Just armed patrols should only be up here. That guy was coming off a break, though, so that's why he had it. But, like, I feel like armed patrols should be through here, and that's it. So we'll put another one, like, right here. Not for Schedule 2 only, but, like, all the time. Put another one through here, you know? Kind of like that. Solid territory does not need to be locked anymore. This one does not need to be locked open. This is how Prison Architect always goes. Just when you think you're good, just when you think you're safe, and nothing else is going to happen, they just all of a sudden riot for no reason. That's what always happens. Another person told me I wasn't getting all my prisoners fed. Well, like, yes I am. Like, this little gap here is the supermax and the normals, as well as anyone who's in solitary. And since there's a whole bunch of people acting up, there's usually a bunch of people in solitary. Not so much this time, but usually a bunch of people in solitary. We also had some people doing religious things down here instead of eating. That happened too. And then on top of that, we have extra meals left over. So, like, they have extra food, but they can always, I think they can also come in here and eat on free time. I forget, but I thought they could come in and eat on free time. Probably wrong on that one, but anyway, here's more prisoners. We have unknown reputations on them, most likely. So let's see if we can get, oh man. See if we can get one of our informants to help us out with this. Here's a potential informant. Probably recruit this person, a fearless gang leader, fine. Or gang member, fine. Speaking of gangs, an extra one just came in for blue, but no leaders. So uncontested, which is kind of like this room here. Yeah, it's still 5. We're contesting it at least, so that's good. Come on, I want to know what these prisoners' reputation is. Come on, get in here. Give me my informant in here. What's going on? Where are they? Let's go. Seriously? It's like nobody to do this? Clearly need more guards. There. Is there enough people to do it now? Get him in here, get him processed. Let's go. I want to know about these guys. I want to see their... Okay, so nothing super serious. Good. Last thing I need is another really super serious, like, prisoner. My gosh. All right, last thing I'm going to say, and then I really am going to end this video. Even if there's a riot, I'll end it. And that is the next thing I want to work on. I'll just give you a clue. Bam. There you go, guys. I'm ending it now. If you like this video, or a couple of videos, I don't know how many I've made out of these recordings, but if you like them, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Subscribe if you want more and all that stuff that I usually say. Join the Discord. Link in the description. It's always fun. I'll see you next time. Bye.